Thank you.
I think, like I mentioned before, that it is important to have the perspective of being a user in the system. I have been a student, I have been a parent, and I have also, working in Dr. Perez's office, seen and heard how to guide parents, teachers, and students on how to deal with the challenges that happen in our schools every day. And I'm sorry, Mr. Corbello, but I think that what you were saying, you would be best suited to run for the legislature if those things that you're mentioning that you want to do. I do care who are the administrators in the schools. I do care the quality of the teachers in the classroom. And it is important not only to care, but to know who and where to obtain the best resources, guidance, and assistance for the constituency of District 7. Thank you.
I want to thank you for your question. First of all, I'm a parent. I have raised successfully 4 beautiful children that are actually here with me today. I have sit down at the table every night to be able to go over their day and to be able to understand what are their needs. I've been part of the County PTA Council. I've been a PTA president myself, and I have served as a business liaison for many of the different schools in the ESAC committees where they get to review the projects of each of the schools who have to be able to meet the success of their school year. I have to tell you, it is very important to be able to know the school system so you don't have a learning curve and you really know where you need to go. I have to tell you that enough of testing for our children. In high schools, I have to tell you that sometimes kids, they go over 10 tests to the point that when I'm sitting in day sacks, they say that the kids, they don't even pay attention anymore to the test because the test doesn't even count. We're just wasting beautiful time for us to be able to instruct and to teach our children not to a test, but really for what their life is. I believe that my experience as a business person is going to bring some sense to the school system. You know, it's very important to be street smart as well. And I believe that all those attributes I will be able to bring to you, I will be able to bring, as I've been part already of the Dr. Classroom, for example, as a board member, to be able to bring resources from other sides of the area to the school system. Thank you for your question.
I really like your question. I'm a student. I grew up with a little bit of stuck in the beginning. When I was 9, I moved to the States with my mom and my sister. And of course, she speaks Spanish, and I began going through school. I actually noticed the many difficulties my mom had to actually get involved into the school. All the trouble that I had going through the school system, the tests, the horrific FCATs, the hours. I think there's a lot of changes that we can break all the molds that we have about that education, that structure that we have in our minds, and really look forward to the new educational programs that are being offered in many different places. For example, where classes have different times according to the child's development in the morning or at night, and it's easy to figure out. I mean, there's so many things that can be implemented. Very innovative, like I say, things that we're missing in the school board. Should I not ignore the person that's raising her hand?
Could be the next question.
Oh. And what else can I finish? So yes, I did go through the system. I did see my mother going through the whole system with my sister also, and she was a lot more involved with her. And it was great seeing how much my mom's involvement, that I guess I didn't have, really helped my sister do a lot more things. For example, before graduating, all those papers that you have to fill out, all of that I had to do by myself. But through the process, my mom went through the process, my mom went through the learning process on how to be active, on how to know what your kid's doing, the college, the papers, the FAFSA, and all those papers. So it's really important to get educated and educate the parents and and making them be part of that community and infrastructure that we're making.
I'd like to know if you have any children currently attending public school. If you do not have children, can you please tell me what schools you attended, and public or private? And if your children did not attend public school, please tell me what school they go to.
Okay, I don't have any biological children. My children are the ones who come to classroom every year. So I'm going to say from Coconut Grove to Cutler Ridge, from Urban Ontario, all the way down to James Roberts. Myself, I have Gulfstream Elementary, and then I went to Centennial Middle School, at the time it was junior high, and then I went to Sunset Senior High School, and then from there, based on the wonderful education I received, I got a full scholarship to the University of Miami.
I attended John G. McQueen Elementary, a public school in Hialeah, K through 5, and for junior high and college, I attended the Len Jesuit in Southwest State. If you allow me 1 minute to make allude to the previous question, I'm not surprised that Mrs. Perez would suggest to me that I should run for another office. She did that when I called her before I decided to run. Her boss told me to call her, and I called her. You know, I think that's part of the problem in government and the school system, that the people that are in the system think they have all the answers, and they want to immediately disqualify anyone else who would come and say something different. So, just to make it very clear, I'm very happy that all of you are running, and I don't suggest that you run for anything else. Let's have a good time.
I attended Fairlawn Elementary, Kinloch Park Middle, and South Miami. I'm a proud Cobra. And my children, my oldest son Alan attended Jane S. Roberts Elementary and John Ferguson High School. He was part of the first graduating class. My daughter attended Jane S. Roberts, K-8, Lamar Louise Curry Middle, and John A. Ferguson. She is now an incoming junior. And these are all schools in District 7. And I want to say that, yes, it is important. If you believe in public education and you support public education, you will fight for public education. Thank you.
As I mentioned, when the diaspora happened, I grew up in Mexico City. So the schooling that I had were all private schools and Catholic schools. I went to Colegio Cristóbal Colón, I went to la Universidad La Salle, y luego a la Universidad del Nuevo Mundo. When I came to the States to learn English, I went first to FIU, which I couldn't afford because I was considered a foreign student and I had to pay $1,800 to speak English. And I had to move to Miami-Dade Community College, which I learned very well. Then my children went, as my religion calls, to Catholic schools as well. They went to St. Hugh, Belen, but then one of my daughters went actually for School for Advanced Studies, a public high school, and she did the dual enrollment. What an experience. Actually, she's here today, and at the age of 20, she started doing her master's degree in UF. I have a graduate student. I have already a graduate student from FIU, and my other two daughters are currently students at FIU. And I'm very, very proud of the schools that my kids attended and how I was involved as a PTA president and always involved in the education of my children. Thank you.